Creating an icon set in Figma involves a few key steps, very necessary. 1. Determine the style and purpose of the icons before you start designing. Consider what style you want to use for your icons and what purpose they will serve within your design system. Set up your artboard. Create a new Figma file and set up your artboard with the dimensions you need. You may want to create multiple artboards for different icon sizes or variations. Design your icons using Figma's vector drawing tools. Begin designing your icons. Keep in mind the purpose of each icon and try to create a consistent style across the design or the set. Use grid and alignment tools. Figma offers several grid and alignment tools to help you keep your icons consistent and aligned. Use them to ensure that each icon is the same size and spacing. Save your icons as components. Once you've created your icon set, you can save each icon as a component in Figma. This makes it easy to reuse the icons throughout your designs and update them in one place. Organize your icon set. Consider creating a separate page or file to store your icon set. You may want to organize the icons into categories or use naming conventions to make them easy to find. Export your icons. When you are ready to use your icons in your designs, you can export them as SVGs or PNGs. Figma makes it easy to export all of your icons at once or to export individual icons as needed. By following these steps, you can create a custom icon set that is consistent, easy to use, and tailored to the needs of your design system. Let's look into this in more practicals. This is an icon I created for a project, and in the last lesson I mentioned this. The icon has a style of its own, and if you look at them, you will see the consistency in that style. So this is a multicolor icon, and you can see that it has two colors, two major colors, and it can either be black on gray or the primary and secondary color. And then I have a cutout for my icons that separates the element but still gives it that defining name that lets you understand what it is. Like looking at this, you will know it's a home, all right, and then a user, web, and so on and so forth. All right, so I've kept that consistent by breaking parts of the icon to create that understanding in it, including all other elements in the design. I have done that for the store, for the cafe, for the users or group, for the settings, for the medic, the ratings, and so on and so forth. All right, so I'm going to show you how to create something like this. This is an icon set of 18 icons. All right, so you first start with drawing a shape. Now I'd like you to understand that icons have different sizes. So we have favicons, which are 16 by 16 px, and they are used for things like on the web, like what you see on Figma. This editor that you see at the top here is what we call a favicon. All right, so for those favicons, the icons will be smaller, and then for icons such as the navigation bar, you would use 24 by 24 px. All right, and any number you actually deem fit. And then we have different other ones. We have icons for web, we have icons for the Play Store, and for the icon dock. So let's do a small illustration of how we can create some of these icons, and I'm going to pick out two of it. So let's pick this, and we'll pick this, and we'll pick the star. I know someone will be pointing at some other one, so let's pick this as well, and we'll duplicate them. All right, align them by auto layout, put them in a frame. Right, so we're going to create this 4. I'm sure this should be one of it should be hard enough for someone. Right, So to do this, all you need to do is get out a frame. So I'm going to click on frame and draw a frame by holding shift so that it gives me an equal angle. And this frame is 180 by 180. I want it to be 24 px, and it's small. You can see it's small, so I would reduce the size of the icons that we have so that conforms with what we have. So I'm going to give this a color. I'll give it gray for now, and let's zoom into this. So reduce the space in between for these boys, select all of them and make it bigger. All right, so this is what I do, and inside of it I define some spacing. So I'm going to drag this downwards 1 2 3 steps. I'm going to equally drag this 1 2 3, and the arrow to bring out this arrow is shift plus arrow. To close it is shift plus arrow as well. Shift plus arrow to bring out the arrow, and shift plus arrow to close it. So we have this. All right, so we have what we need, and I'm going to bring this closer this way, and we're doing this one now. To do this one, all you need to do first, like what I did, was to draw a rectangle. So you can draw a rectangle, all right, in this manner, send it upward, and I'm going to give it a color like yellow. And after doing this, you can round those corners, right? And then I'll break it. Now you can break each individual or independent corners by clicking this. You can break all of this. Now this, to know which one you're correcting, you can see this sign here. So this one is for the top right, this one is for the down right. So if we change that to 0, you're going to see the down right changes, and this other one is for the down left. You change that to 0, but we're not using 0, so we're going to use 4 and 4 for those two, or let's use 2 and 2 for them, and we'll give them a stroke. So I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to give it a stroke, and the stroke will be this purple for now. Well, let's give it this purple. Right, close out the fill and give it this purple, and with that I'm going to give this a stroke and close out the white gray stuff. It's disturbing my eyes. And for this, I'm just going to draw a circle inside. All right, you can see I have 2 space here, 1 2 and 1 2, so I'm going to leave it there. I can move it upward, right? So it's going to be 1 2 3, so I can move it upward again since we're doing 1 2 1 2. So let's move it upward, let it be there. It's not going to be the same, right? But let's continue. Okay, so I'll move this so I can see what I'm doing, and then for this stroke I'm actually going to break it. So to break it, I'm going to come up here and edit object. By doing this, I'm going to choose the pen tool, and then I'm going to apply a dot here, and I'm going to also apply another dot here, right? And by selecting these 2 dots, I can delete them. Sorry, I'm going to do that again. Select, just do 1 dot, sorry, and select it again. Sorry, click out. We have 1 dot there. Select and add another dot somewhere here. Select that, and let's do this again. So edit. Okay, sorry, this is where the dot is, so I've been able to push it this way. So push it this way, 1 2, so it's there. Another one shows up, so it's going to be 1 2. So let's do 3. So move it 3, and we'll just delete this other part. You can still do it again. So I'm going to put this one here, and more come. I'll put this one here, and I'll select this one, hold shift, select this one, and press delete. sorry, I think it's selecting other ones. Select this and this, I press delete. It's not giving me what I want. Delete, yeah, so delete the center one, right? So we have that, right? You can still kind of push this upward. So I'm going to push this, I'm actually going to push this upward by using, you can use, let's use, for the height is 18, so let's do 17.8, 17.6, 17.55, 17.51. Awesome. So you can see we have that precision. Right, you can continue to do for the rest. So take note of the stroke size. This is 1. Select this and give it a stroke, and then I'm going to hide this other part and give it that stroke 1. Alright, so we have that, and you can do it for the rest of it. So the other one is to draw a rectangle, right, touching the border, and we have this. Okay, select this. I'll make this 0 because this is going to flow in between it. So move this in, and then I'm going to give it a stroke and choose purple, and choose purple for the stroke, and then for the inner one we're going to choose orange, show it, and we can now I'll use a pen tool to draw those inner stuff. I would change it to purple, and I'm going to press this and come here and change it to rounded. Come here and change it to rounded. Awesome. So with that, you can select it and duplicate, and we have this. Right, I'm going to do this. Actually, would round this to like 2 or 4. So let's do 1. Yeah, cool. Right, so that's how you can do this for this one. So we're done with this one. I know it's not the same with this, so you need more time to actually get it the way I've done it for this. So once you do that, you then have so let's take this, move it in a bit, you know what, let's move it backwards, and then that way we can have something better. Alright, nice. So we have that one. You can do it for the next one. So I'll just duplicate this. Alright, so I've done the first one, and then it's time to do the second one. Right, so because of the time, we might just do one more after this and we'll move to the next lesson. Right, so I'm going to get rid of everything inside here. Just select it from the layer, delete it, and we still have our calculation. So all we need to do now is draw a box. So we'll draw a box. Alright, give the box a 2px. Alright, and we can bring it downwards somewhere around here. Alright, break it in objects, take that, move that from the center upward. We now have that at the center, and we can now do our breakage by the side. So I'm going to move this to this way, move this way, and select this and delete. Sorry about that. So I'm going to do this. I've done that. I'll duplicate it, and I'll be doing it for the second one. So I've done that. Select this and break it. Awesome. So now I can select the inner one and give it this color, and select this and give it this color, and we're done with that. So select that and bring it this way, right? And now for the star is very simple. It's very simple actually. Just get the star tool. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Click that, and we can have that move in this manner. Right, so we have this, and we're going to round that. Remember, it's 2, so 2 is too much. Let's use 1, and then with 1 we'd have to like increase this height of this. So we've done that, increase the size rather, and once you've done that, you duplicate it. So the first one is going to be the yellow, so we can send that downwards. Click on this one, go to the edit panel, and I'm going to move this, I'm going to actually click on this and click on this, and let's see if this works. Sorry about that, we didn't give it a stroke, so always give it a stroke. I mean, if you're doing my style actually, so you don't need to give it a stroke if it's a different style. Right, so we need to actually add more nodes. So I'm going to add more nodes to it. So I'm going to add that here, and I'm going to add another node here, so that is on the same layout. Then select this and press delete. Yep, that's it, and done. Select this, and we have this. So we move it this way. Which other one is remaining? Okay, let's do the fourth one. I know I said I wasn't going to do it, but I will do now. How will I do? Alright, so we'll have this. To do this, all you need is a square. Draw a square from up to down, align it this way. I'll bring it down some more, and then round those corners, and then you can break the different corners. Give this like 2, give this 2, give this, and we have that pot. Alright, so let's do that again, because I don't like how not rounded it is. Okay, it's kind of rounded now. Well, let's do this. Okay, right. Alright, so let's do this. Give it 2 and this 2, and we have that, and we can draw these flames by just using the pen tool actually. So with the pen tool, click once, and you can curve it this way and in there, and that's it. For that, I would change it from rounded corners to something like this. Okay, right, then send it downwards. You can move it this way. Second and third, select all of them, keep them at the center. So they are at the center. It's time to play with this board. Alright, give it a color, duplicate it, give it a stroke, hide that, go to the edit panel. Alright, and we have this, move it there, move this here, move this here, move this here, select this, delete. Awesome. Right, so with that, we've been able to sorry about that. Okay, six by 5. Awesome. And we have all of our icons now ready to run. So I'll get rid of these, select all of these, move them this way, and select all of them, close out the stroke, or give it white, give it a white background, and give it some effect, some drop shadow effect, and we can now kind of zoom out. So I can select all of them and kind of make them bigger. Just reduce it, and that's it. That's actually it. We're done. And this is how you can uh, this is how you can create your icon set in Figma and have whatever you want to create, have it consistent, and you would have something really cool at the end of the day. I hope this helps. So by following these steps, you can create a custom icon set that is consistent, easy to use, and tailored to the needs of your design system. I'll see you in the next